Hey everyone, welcome back. I am so excited to guide you through today's explainer because we are tackling what is arguably the single biggest hurdle in language learning. If you've ever felt like your brain is a computer buffering at 99% just to have a really basic conversation in English, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're diving into a playbook that is completely designed to retrain your brain. The main goal here? To totally bypass that exhausting built-in translation reflex and get you thinking directly in English.
Okay, let's look at the playbook for today. We're going to cover 1. The translation trap, 2. Name and visualize, 3. Talk and repeat, 4. Live in English, and 5. The path to fluency. Kicking things off with section 1, the translation trap, and how to overcome that mental lag.
So, if even a super short conversation leaves you feeling like you just ran a mental marathon, this is probably why. Think about it for a second. Are you still translating every single word in your head? When you do that, it creates this massive, incredibly frustrating lag. You hear the English word, you have to dig for the native equivalent, you formulate your response in your native language, and then, finally, you translate that all the way back into English. It is exhausting, it's slow, and it completely kills the natural rhythm of a conversation.
This really gets to the heart of what we need to change. That clunky two-step translation process is the old way of doing things. The paradigm shift we are aiming for is simply this: think directly in English. We literally want to cut out the middleman. The goal is a direct, seamless connection between your spontaneous thoughts and the English language.
Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I need to master all the grammar rules first. Or I need to memorize thousands of vocabulary words before I can possibly start thinking in English. No, actually scratch that. That master grammar first mindset is a total trap. All it does is delay your actual speaking progress. You absolutely, positively do not need perfect grammar to start thinking in English today.
Moving right along to section 2, name and visualize. This is all about shifting your internal habits. Let's start with a really simple exercise. Name everything. In fact, let's just do this right now. Look around whatever room you are in. What do you see? A phone? A chair? Maybe a water bottle or a ceiling fan? Your job is to look at those objects and immediately name them directly in English. Do not think of the word in your native language first. You want to force your brain to look at the physical object and instantly pull up the English label.
Once you get comfortable just naming single objects, we level it up just a tiny bit. Start building small, natural sentences based on what you see around you. My phone is on the table, or the window is open today. Listen, the goal here isn't perfect, complex, Shakespearean English. The goal is just to make your brain react to the real world using immediate, simple sentences. Now your brain is going to try to translate it first, it's stubborn like that, but doing this every day will train it to get significantly faster.
Okay, next up we focus on pictures, not translation. And wow, this is an incredibly powerful tool for your memory. Whenever you learn a new English word, you have got to stop connecting it to your native language. Instead, try connecting it to a mental picture, an action, or even a physical feeling. Visual learning works absolute wonders because your brain processes images at lightning speed compared to reading text translations.
Think about the stark contrast between these two methods. If you learn the word hungry, the old way is to immediately link it to the translation in your own head. But the new way? Picture yourself staring down a plate of your absolute favorite food after a ridiculously long day. If you learn the word angry, don't translate it, picture someone shouting with their face turning bright red. Learn run? Picture someone sprinting down the street. You are training your brain to understand English directly through imagery.
All right, section 3, talk and repeat. This is where we start building up your confidence.
So, this next exercise is simple. Talk to yourself. I know, it feels a little weird or silly at first, but trust me, it works incredibly well. Why? Because when you're alone, the pressure is completely off. Zero embarrassment. You aren't stressing about making a mistake in front of a native speaker, which means your brain can actually relax and just practice naturally.
Picture your typical morning. You wake up, you stretch, and you literally just narrate your life out loud. I need to get out of bed. Or maybe, man, I feel very sleepy today. When you're making your coffee or tea, just say, the water is getting hot, or I need some sugar. At the beginning, your sentences are going to be small and basic, and that is perfectly fine. Simple English spoken every single day is infinitely more powerful than advanced English that just stays locked inside your head.
Next up is listen and repeat. This right here is your secret weapon for improving your speaking speed. By pausing Easy English audio and immediately repeating the sentences, you are actively training your mouth and your brain to coordinate. You are forcing them to react fast in English without stopping to translate. Here is the exact framework for this. First, pick out some really easy English audio. YouTube videos, basic podcasts, maybe short movie clips. Second, listen carefully to just one sentence. Third, hit pause. And fourth, repeat the sentence immediately, trying to match the exact speed and emotion of the speaker. Like if they say, "I don't know what happened," sounding completely shocked, you mimic that exact tone. "I don't know what happened." Quick warning though, do not practice with super fast movies or advanced vocabulary that you barely understand. That just leads to frustration. Easy practice builds confidence, and confidence breeds consistency.
Which brings us to section 4, live in English, the really transformative habit.
Let's talk about living small moments. Honestly, this is a habit that most learners completely skip over, but it changes absolutely everything. It's about intentionally choosing tiny, ordinary parts of your day and deciding to experience them entirely, 100% in English.
So what does living small moments actually look like in real life? It means quietly describing your actions in your head while you are brushing your teeth. It means when you're eating dinner, you are internally noting the taste, smell, and texture of the food in English. Step outside and observe the weather. Tell yourself, "The sky looks beautiful today," or "That guy over there is wearing a blue jacket." I'm not going to lie to you, at first, your brain is going to feel exhausted because this is a massive mental workout, but push through. Because after a while, you will hit this incredible breakthrough where you simply no longer need to translate before you speak.
Finally, section 5, the path to fluency and the journey ahead. It all really comes down to this massive mindset shift. The traditional mindset tells us that you have to master grammar first and practice translating text. But here's the hard reality check. If you practice translating text every day, you just become faster at translating. You do not become faster at speaking. What you need is the muscle mindset. You practice direct, simple English thinking, and you just accept that making mistakes is part of the gig. Think of your brain exactly like a muscle. Because when it comes to language, it really is. If you practice thinking directly in English every single day, that muscle gets stronger, and your brain becomes faster at thinking in English naturally. You build up that comfort level over time, sentence by simple sentence. And this brings us to the absolute core takeaway of today's explainer. I really want you to remember this quote. Thinking in English is not the final result of fluency. It is the path that leads to fluency. Seriously, don't wait until you feel like you are fluent to start thinking in English. You have to start thinking in English today so that you can actually become fluent. If you stay consistent, one day, very soon, someone is going to ask you a question and you are going to answer it in English without even translating it first. And let me tell you, it is going to feel amazing. So I leave you with this final thought. To kickstart your journey, which small moment are you going to live in English today? Will it be your morning coffee, your commute to work, your evening walk? Choose your moment, start retraining that brain right now, and take that path to true fluency. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep practicing.